What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. So this is a video I've had in the pipelines for quite a while now. And this is probably directed at people that are just starting off eBay. Most people who've been doing eBay for quite a long time probably already know most of this, but if you don't, that's great. Now, this is basically about broken electronics. Now, when you first ever start off eBay, I did exactly the same thing. I went out and bought whatever I could get my hands on, whatever I could spend my money on, whether that be consoles, VHS players, DVD players, handheld consoles, anything I could get my hands on to try and resell. So when you go to a car boot sale, you get this huge haul of electronics. You come home and 2 out of 5 things at work. Now, that does dishearten quite a lot of people. And in the past, I've chucked Xboxes away, I've chucked PlayStations away, and it's taken me about 7-8 months to realise not all is lost. So, yes, it might be broken. You might not be able to play games on it, stuff like that. But if you delve a little bit deeper, there is money to be made. Do not chuck them away. First thing to say, just don't chuck them away. And I'm going to go through a few examples of what you can actually make money off of broken consoles and things like that. So, first thing I'm going to example is an Xbox 360. So, one of the old style Xbox 360s, 9 out of 10 times I've found these don't work. It's normally down to the disc tray, so when you press the button, it sounds like it's trying to push the disc tray out, but it doesn't come out. There is a fix for that, but it's not very reliable, so I wouldn't recommend it too much. So, let's take it apart and see what we can get to make money from. I'm not actually going to take it apart, by the way, because it takes too long. So the first thing you can get is off the front, the disc tray cover. So the disc tray covers, find a better one because that one's scratched. For instance, this one here would go as a large letter. This sells for around about £7 to £8. So there is £7 to £8 back. Let's say you paid £10 for the Xbox with a couple of games, a controller, and a power supply. There's £8 back. Say £6 minus fees, minus postage. Then you've got the power brick. 9 out of 10 times, if the console doesn't work, the power brick will. These don't fail as much as what the actual consoles do. That will sell all day long, around about £12 to £14, depending on which one it is. There is a few different ones with different ends. Obviously, the newer consoles, they sell a little bit better, around about the £20 mark. So there you go, there's some profit already. Then you've got the button. So the button itself, they sell for around about £3, £4, maybe even £5, depending on who you're selling it to. Again, will go as a large letter. Then you start taking the Xbox apart completely. You've got the 2 bottom trays. Now, what I would probably suggest doing, you can sell these separate. You'll probably get about £5, but they would probably go as a large letter just due to these things here. And not a large letter, a small parcel. So that's about £3, so you're only getting about £2 profit out of it. So what you would want to do is take it all apart. So you get the bottom top, the actual case itself, and the front panel. As long as the front panel's in decent condition, the springs are in there, you'll probably get around about £12 around about there for it. Again, you probably will need to put free postage, but rather than chucking it away, you may as well make that money from it. The Xbox 360 controller. If the controller itself works, give it a good clean and you'll get between £10 and £20 depending on condition and depending on time of the year. Again, if the controller doesn't work, not all is lost. If the casing's in good condition, which quite a lot of times they are, take it apart, take out the circuit board, you can sell the casing for around about £8 to £10. You've then got the hard drives. If they come with a hard drive, you can get around £10 to £12 for them. And then you've got the fan. So 9 out of 10 times, if you've got a broken Xbox, it'll probably be something like the disc tray won't work, or it has the red ring of death. You'll be able to tell if the fans work. So if you switch it on, the fans will still work even if the red ring of death is there. It'll just work a little bit faster. It means it's working. You'll probably get about £8 for them. I think between 6 and 8, I would say. And then you've got the front button. So this is a bit like Lego. You take out the screws and then you just pull the front out. They go for around about £6 to £7, and all you would need for that is just one of these screwdrivers. So just type in Xbox 360 screwdriver and then you come up with a set of 2, and you just use one of them, take off the front plate, and that comes out. So again, £6 to £7 for that. So just there alone, you're looking at around about £30 to £40 after fees, after postage and things like that. So there's always money to be made in broken electronics. Obviously, well, not always. There is certain exceptions. Then we go on to Nintendo DS's, for instance. If you've got the official power supply and that works, they sell for around about £8, £9. You can sell the actual device itself faulty, you'll probably get still about £10 for that. If you've got a job lot of them and you get all official controllers, they're all faulty, sell them all as a big job lot. People will just take them apart and use parts from the different ones and put them into one. Or if you know how to do it, you do it, and you'll make more money that way. I have a PSP in a bag, pretty much, minus the case. And if you have a little bit, probably get around about £25 to £30 for that, I would say. Maybe a little bit less, because I've got the screen, I've got the front buttons, I've got the directional buttons, I've got the laser for the game, the memory card holder. I've got pretty much the whole thing in here. So that, again, I'd say about £20, I would say, just on a good day. Then you've got things like DVD players and VHS players. You can probably sell them spares and repairs by itself. Depending on the make, you could get up to £30 for some of them, because especially I think it's a Sony Super Engine or something like that. Yeah, if you sell them for spares and repairs, you'll probably get around about £20 to £25 for them. Take the remote out, you can sell the remote separate, as I've done a video of them before. You'll probably get about £15, £12 to £15 for the remote. So, yeah, in a nutshell, there's always money to be made. So don't be too disheartened if you do go around and you're picking up loads and loads of consoles and nothing works, because you'll definitely make some money out of it, as long as you've not put too much money into the actual console itself, hoping that's going to work. If you've bought it for a pretty good price, I mean, now I won't buy one of these Xbox 360s anyway for more than £10, and that has to come with a controller and the power supply. If it doesn't, I won't buy it. And obviously quite a lot of times you'll have the hard drives with them, which is normally just a little added bonus. I would still pay £10 without the hard drive and sell all the bits for it. So yeah, that is pretty much it for that. So just keep in mind when you do go around car boot sales, not to be put off by electronics, just in case they don't work, because you will get the money out of them. I mean, I've even bought tablets before with broken screens, taken the actual broken screen off it and just sell the tablet as it is. You'll still make money off it as long as you buy it for a good enough price. You still have room to make some money from broken electronics. So I hope you take away a little bit from that, and I hope this video does help some people. If you're starting off eBay, or if you have done eBay for years and never thought of it this way, let me know down below in the comments. So please do consider subscribing if you're not already. I may do a video on how to take one of these Xbox 360s apart, because to be honest, it is a little bit tricky, but there is hundreds and hundreds of videos out there on YouTube on how to do it. So if you do get stuck taking something apart, don't just try and do it. Have a look on YouTube, because there will be a video there somewhere on how to take it apart. And that could be the difference between you making money and not making money. If you take it apart wrong, for instance, if you take the bottom of the, or the top, this is, of the Xbox 360, and you snap a couple of these little feet off, that could be £2 or £3 lost. So you just need to be careful when you're taking things apart. Make sure you are doing it right. There's a couple of times where I've just ripped them off in anger because it hasn't worked, and I've regretted it. So it's definitely worth looking at how to do it properly. So yeah, I'm rambling on again. If you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.